Welcome. This video is going to demonstrate some of the capabilities of the basket trading spreadsheet that you see on your screen here and that we market from this site. The first thing I'm going to do is enable the macros. So I'm going to go up here to Options and hit Enable Content, say OK. The next thing I have to do is choose my data provider. I have two choices already built in. There's IQFeed and eSignal. If you'd like to actually have your data provider added to this list, send us an email and we'll let you know if we can do it. Your data provider must offer DDE functionality. My data provider is IQFeed. I'm going to choose them, go back to the Trades tab, and then what I'm going to do is enter some symbols. This is going to be a simulated trade, and there's not going to be any real strategy applied here, so pay no attention to the profit and loss numbers. I'm going to enter JP Morgan. I'll enter a few bank stocks here, Citigroup and MetLife, a few of the financial stocks from the financial sector. Then I'm going to enter a few utility stocks over here. We'll go with Northeast Utilities. I'll go with Constellation Energy Group. And then I'll enter Duke Energy as well. Okay, now the next thing we have to do is we have to tell the sheet how much money per leg of this trade. This is leg 1. This is leg 2. This leg will be a long position leg. This will be a short position leg. We have to tell the sheet how much money we want to allocate to each leg. Right now, there's $50,000 here. I'm going to put $12,000 here. All right, and then I'm going to hit Update. It's going to ask me if I want to access my data provider. I'm going to say yes. And it's going to feed the sheet with live bid and ask data. Now, this is it. There's three choices here for how you want to weight your basket. There's equal share, equal dollar amount, or percentage weight. Right now, I'm using equal dollar amount. And what that means is that each one of these positions, if there's $12,000 going into this leg, each one of these positions, because there's three positions, will get $4,000. So the quantity of shares that's actually in here is an amount equal to put $4,000 of an investment into JP Morgan. Also to put $4,000 into Citigroup and to put $4,000 into MetLife. Over here, $4,000 into Nucor, $4,000 into this stock, and $4,000 into this stock. So the shares calculated actually take care of that for you. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit buy. And what this does is it market orders in 131 shares. If I'm buying leg 1 and I'm selling leg 2, it's going to hit the ask for the buy side, and over here it's going to mark it in on the short side, so it's going to take the bid. Okay, so the profit and loss figures that you see calculated right here for each position. And then over here, there's a total of the actual trade, the whole basket, the whole trade as a basket. And then right here, you can see that the sheet is estimating a certain amount of commission to be for the actual trade. All right, so that just gives you some idea. Now, this trade could be a swing trade. This is something where if we shut this sheet down and you come back tomorrow, this trade will still be active. Okay, so it'll pick up tomorrow where this left off. Now, let's talk a little bit about the possibility of weighting this trade differently. We could, in fact, go with an equal share choice here. If we choose equal share, let me give you an idea of what that does. I'm going to delete this. I go over here. I choose equal share. I hit update. I'm going to say yes. And what it's going to do is it's going to put an equal share amount, 141 shares, into each of these columns to put $12,000 into this side and $12,000 into this side. Okay, now this won't capitally balance each trade because there's going to be a different dollar figure in JP Morgan versus a different dollar figure in Citi and a different dollar figure in Metropolitan and in MetLife. Okay, so this is just another way of doing it. And then there's also one last way of doing it. We could also go to a percent weight. And what that means is that if I wanted to put when I hit percentage weight, you'll see that this column, which was gray like that, opens up. And what happens is I could literally say I want to put 50% into JP Morgan, I want to put 25 into Citi, and I want to put 25 into MetLife. Over here, I want to put 35 into Northeast Utilities, I want to put 25 into Constellation Energy Group, and then over here, I want to put 30 into Duke. Now, one thing you'll notice here down at the bottom, you think I've made a mistake here by putting 30 in. I actually did that on purpose. If your numbers don't actually add up to 100 down here, it's going to turn red. Okay, so if for instance you're doing oddball numbers like 31% and 21% or 19% each because you have an odd number of symbols, down here it'll actually tell you if you're not totaling 100. All right, so here this should be 40. Once I hit update, it calculates the number of shares to put 50% of $12,000. So $6,000 is now in this position. Okay, same thing here for Duke Energy. 40% of $12,000 is now in this Duke position. Okay, and then of course I could hit buy, and it will execute the trade for me. Now, the way you receive this sheet is in simulated mode. So everything you see right here is simulated. There are no orders being sent. If you decide down the road that you actually want to trade live with this sheet can be hooked to your broker's API, which is Application Programming Interface. So you can actually hook this to the API with some additional programming. The last thing I want to show you is that you actually can duplicate this sheet. So let's say you do have a live trade going here and you'd like to do another trade. What you can do is come down here and right-click in the sheet and hit copy, move or copy, and you're going to create a copy, move it to the end, and hit OK. And it's going to give me the same name down here but with a 2 behind it. Now I can change the name of the sheet. I can say New Trades 2. I can change it to whatever I want. And then what I can do is come in here and clear the sheet out. And I can start all over again. Okay, so that just gives you some of the ideas of the capabilities of the sheet. If you have any questions about the sheet, please feel free to send me an email or call me in the office. Have a great day.